Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
I guess we get started. Hey everyone,
Hello.
welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
Everybody, welcome to the Hypecast show.
Show where we get hyped about stuff. I'm your co-host Tom Ryman.
I am your other co-host, David Bill.
We got a big old
We got a
ass
round
Hypecast
table.
today. We
Big
got like a-
old diverse cast. Diverse cast.
Yeah.
All right, who are you?
I'm Jeff May of Tom and Jeff Watch Batman fame.
That's right. And we also have
Justin Brown from Tom's Secret Origin Story.
That's right. Justin does all the artwork for our podcast logos and stuff, and he, I believe, is currently designing a Trash Bullock shirt
Yes.
for all of you
That's
fans.
coming.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I like that. I like that a lot.
We'll get there.
But yeah, both Jeff and Justin are going to be at LA Comic Con this weekend.
Hell
Yes.
yeah, we are.
So check
I'll have
that
a table
out.
Yeah.
in Artist Alley.
Oh, support local artists. Go to Artist Alley.
I-28. India 28 is where I'll be.
Bingo. You all get it.
All right, let's just jump right into the trailers.
Yes.
Okay, the first one we have is Bird Box.
Bird
which
Box.
Bird Box.
I actually saw before I opened the doc. I just happened to see the trailer on Twitter. I was like, ooh, what's this?
It was funny. After seeing, what was that one? A Quiet Place?
This is a dark place.
Yeah, well.
Because they can't see.
Well, this is based off a book, and I remember talking to my parents because they saw A Quiet Place, or I think they had seen it, but they were like, there's like a book about people who can't see, and that's like better. Like, that's a better movie to
Is this
do.
it?
And that's what this is. It's based off a
okay.
book. So, yeah, this seems like a better idea than A Quiet Place.
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Tell that to the box office.
Mm.
This is interesting in that when I saw like the cast, I was like, "Oh, this is going to be great in the theaters. I'm really looking forward to this." And then it's like Netflix.
Oh.
I'm like, "Is there anything you can't do, Netflix?"
Yeah, we've often had hypecasts where like it's just everything is Netflix now.
You know what's a bummer to me about Netflix movies though is that like I've been let down by most
of them.
Yeah.
True.
I'm trying to remember
Sci-fi.
which one.
They're not good at sci-fi.
Yeah, that Cloverfield Paradox
or
was a
comedy.
real
I don't
turd.
think.
Mute was the big one that let me down.
Yeah.
The Duncan Jones movie.
Right.
The only one I did like was that drama with Dustin Hoffman, Ben Stiller, and Adam Sandler.
Yeah, the long title.
Yeah,
The long title.
like that one. Like I
Wait,
liked
is that on
one.
the Netflix?
That was
Yeah.
a Netflix one.
Oh,
yeah.
I can watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
That
I've
was
been
an
wanting to
exclusive.
watch that. Yeah,
Is the book also called Bird Box? Do you know?
I don't
Bird
know.
Box.
I saw it. It looked like a brainstorm invention that someone came up with. I don't know what it would be, but Bird Box just stood out to me. It's a strange
Yeah.
name for anything.
Right. I don't know if that's a thing.
It's
or-
got to mean something,
It must mean
right?
something.
It looks great.
Yeah, like I was again. I had the same thing that you did, where it was like when I saw Netflix, I was like, really like Sandra
Right.
Bullock and
Yeah.
John Malkovich.
I kind of
Because
want to be like
Netflix-
Netflix. Put this out.
yeah.
Well, we
Right.
have a. I'm just gonna skip to this news story because it's relevant. Netflix is raising $2 billion for more original content right now.
because they just borrowed $2 billion more
Yeah,
dollars.
yeah. So like, yeah, they're fucking in it to win it here.
I think that I did I hear they were like starting to crack down on shared passwords too?
I don't know.
I don't.
Sure.
Or was that I know one of the companies was doing that where they were starting to get a little bit like cut it out.
Limit the
Yeah.
portals.
I think a little bit of a limit isn't a bad idea.
I
mean,
agree because I want these companies to exist.
Yeah.
Right. I think Netflix is there. I mean, it's not. This isn't like some insider like, oh, this is a revolutionary opinion, but they're trying to get an Oscar.
Right.
So they really want to be like a legitimate movie studio in addition to TV. But of course, they also canceled a bunch of shows this week.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did, and
they're-
that's
Marvel. Shows.
Yeah, the Marvel shows, yeah. But anyways, this movie, for those of you guys who haven't seen the trailer, Bird Box, it's basically A Quiet Place, only the monsters are sort of like Pennywise from It.
Yeah,
in that
this-
if you see it, it takes on the shape of whatever it is you're the most afraid of.
It feels very Stephen King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Or like a better concept of like The Happening, where some like people are like,
Yeah.
we don't know what's happening.
Right.
I love The Happening.
They really did. That was a short day at the old brainstorming office. So they're like, what's happening in this movie? That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wind.
It's evil trees. It's evil
Right.
trees.
Yeah.
There's a
Come
scene
on, I gotta
where
beat
Mark
the traffic.
Wahlberg.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Pollen. I don't know.
You know what? It's allergy season. I got to get home. Someone's like, allergy season? Wait a second. What if the pollen fucks you up?
Beginning of this trailer, I thought their eyes had been ripped out and they were stranded in the woods, blindfolded.
That would be cool.
That at first I was like, that's an idea, and then the rest of it's completely different.
I thought,
Obviously,
yeah, I thought they were playing some weird
We could
like,
make
cult
that
game
movie
or
now.
something.
like that's a serial killer setup of he captures people and sets them loose in the woods with no eyes.
Yeah, they call him the eyeball killer.
No, they call him Bird Box.
Yeah.
The Bird Box killer.
Yeah.
Bird Box.
I hope it's not like Cloverfield. I hope it's not like a
Oh, if this is
writer
a secret Cloverfield
saw.
movie?
Oh right.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that. I just mean that Cloverfield's called Cloverfield because someone looked out their window
Oh yeah.
and saw the
Oh.
street Cloverfield.
Their
and
mailbox has a bird on it. That's the
Yeah,
extent
like-
of it.
I'm hoping it's not some real lazy writer shit, but
I mean,
I trust it not to be Cloverfield.
Yeah. Ray, I doubt you would have gotten Sandra
Yeah.
Bullock
Yep.
to do a surprise Cloverfield movie.
Right. No, I don't think it's a Cloverfield movie. I'm just saying I hope it's not lazy like Cloverfield.
I got you.
I hope it's not like because it really everything about Cloverfield is so lazy to the point that it's literally just named after the street they were making the movie
Yeah.
on. Like that's so
talking
fucking
about the first
lazy
Cloverfield
mystery
that was
box
lazy?
shit.
Yeah.
All
Or
of them,
Cloverfield Paradox.
everything.
Well, 10
All-
Cloverfield
the whole
Lane was fantastic.
yeah, but that was just because it was someone else's movie that they fucking plugged
Yeah.
Cloverfield.
Have I
into.
told you my feelings on this, right? Like I actually really like the idea of having a Cloverfield universe where every movie is a different genre
Yeah.
of film in that universe. Like I think a spy thriller that would take place during the Cloverfield
Right.
invasion would be like somebody's still got to get their job, like some James
Right.
Bond still has to get their job done while there's this huge alien invasion. I think would be really cool.
Right, if it was just a series of stories around one big event.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's just that the Cloverfield specifically, they didn't know what the fuck they were. They're just making
Yeah.
it up as they go along.
And the
It's-
paradox is just sloppy.
that was
It's like
very bad.
dumb Event Horizon.
Isn't that forthcoming World War II movie, the J.J. Abrams one, supposed to be?
I don't think it
Well,
is.
It was at some point, or maybe they just
Oh, that yeah.
Rumored.
It's like it looks on.
Overlord,
You know what?
yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks like a Rob Zombie movie, to
Right.
me, where I'm like, this seems like something Rob Zombie would do, like,
Yeah.
ooh, or like Tarantino presents.
right.
Yeah.
It's like a grindhouse.
Yeah, an Eli Roth film, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like World War II, but with the dead.
It's just that.
I feel like I would watch any of those movies over the one that's actually coming out.
True.
Yeah. Well, the one that's coming out, what is it called? It's
Overlord.
Overlord. It's just like this is
Wolfenstein.
a movie that should have existed maybe 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
Right.
It probably was written.
Yeah, you're right.
It seems like a Wolfenstein movie, right?
Yeah. Just make Wolfenstein.
Yeah, just do Wolfenstein. So anyway, that's Bird Box.
Yeah.
Bird Box.
Bed Box, fellas.
Hey, welcome to the Bird Box, everybody. It's Bird Box time.
Don't open that box. There's birds inside.
Blind birds, you say.
A world where Daredevil would have been king.
Also fucking kills
No
There's that-
fear, and he can't see.
There's the bell ringing, which is an interesting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a cool like an interesting way that they're selling that. Like
Yeah.
that's the official sound effect of this. But I like that they show a scene where she's whitewater rafting with the kids blind.
Yeah, why would you do that?
I mean, take a peek.
yeah. Or
Go
just
figure.
take a bridge. Like,
You know, if you peek and then put the blindfold back on, you'll just be like, "Oh man, that
I
thing
wonder
was
if
making me-"
cameras would still be susceptible, so you could put goggles on, watch a monitor under the goggles.
right?
I don't
like
know.
Or
spy,
like a
like spy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
have
go.
like a
That's
periscope.
a simpler version.
Just walk around with one of those cardboard periscopes.
Yeah, like or one of those eclipse watching things.
Yeah.
Just a lot of paper plates to survive.
Did anybody see the movie Blindness? By the way,
That's what it reminded me of too.
Yeah.
No.
That's it's a movie where just everybody goes blind, and like it's an interesting idea because it's basically like the world just falls apart because everybody's fucking blind.
Mhm.
The only people who are like kind of getting along are the people who were already blind, who are just like, oh yeah, welcome to our world, motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah, this is just life.
Yeah.
They can see now.
It's
Woo!
it's a really like it's a surprisingly like boring and depressing film for that subject matter. Like I don't want to go into it. It's kind of like a hard watch, but
You don't leave feeling good.
no, you don't leave feeling
It's
good.
also based on a book, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It's not unrealistic, and I think that's the problem. Like it's just like depressingly realistic.
Here's what would it's
Yeah.
That was always like the comic Why the Last Man, where it's like all the men are dead except
Right.
for this one dude, and it's like here's the realistic aspect of what it
Right.
would be like, and you're like, oh, this is a real bummer.
Oh, this sucks.
I want to move on to the
Yeah, what's-
Possession of Hanna Grace or Hannah Grace.
This is
such a fucking horror movie title, like a straight
So
to DVD
I was
horror
like, I've
movie.
seen 6 of these, right?
Yeah.
there's you can type in The Possession Of on Amazon or Netflix, and you will get no shit like 24 results.
Why do
Plenty of
they?
options.
Why do they do that?
I don't know, because this is clearly a worse version of The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Which is a good
Which is a
movie
very good
with
movie.
another title that sounds like every other fucking horror movie. But
It doesn't, though. I mean, it has the construction like the blank of this
Yeah.
lady's name, but like none of them are The Autopsy, and then it's,
right,
I don't know. That is a good movie. You should watch that.
yeah. Did you guys see the Autopsy of
I
Jane
didn't.
Doe?
How old is that?
Like 2 years?
Yeah.
It's pretty recent.
It's got Brian Cox.
Cox.
Okay.
Emil Hirsch, so deal with that. But
Yeah, he,
Should be
he
Speed
chokes
Racer
out the
Autopsy.
corpse.
yeah, he just strangles every woman that walks in.
The thing about these movies now is I'm so bored with this. Even the trailers where it's like the everything's calm and then they do that real quick smash
Like
cut
the
real
yeah.
fast
The
of like
strobe light, like
yeah, and
everything.
it's like a loud scream and then nothing,
Right.
and you're like, "It's fine. I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen this 6 to 7 times.
I haven't
Right.
seen it, and I'm sick of them.
Yeah,
So-
like
Yeah.
it's just so.
They might as well. The director might as well just come out and go, "Brr, brr," like yeah, because that's what it is. It's so cheap.
There's demons in the autopsy room, and you gonna be scared of them demons.
You're gonna be so scared, yep.
There's a demon inside the girl. She's gonna get you.
Don't take us back to the Thieves Guild. We did a stream last week, and Jeff did Gambit for about an hour.
It's
sure
gonna be
did.
it's gonna be a high time for a fricassee with the demons inside that little girl on me.
So, yeah, the premise of the film is this coroner gets a body of a woman who died during an exorcism, and the paramedic explains all of this to her.
The paramedic is somehow an old guy from Maine,
Yeah.
while being a 30-year-old
He
man.
is Judd Crandall.
Yeah. Oh, they say that someone dies during
A lot of history on this dead body.
Somebody dies in an exorcism. You know, there's something evil still trying to get out. I tell you what.
So creepiness starts to happen, and it's really, if you've seen The Autopsy of Jane Doe, like, you'll just watch this trailer and be like, I've seen this movie, and it's much better.
I've seen a way more subtle version.
Yeah.
Because Autopsy of Jane Doe, I guess spoilers, the body never moves, which is a great creepy part of it. Is
Yeah.
like she doesn't like, come alive and
It's
go.
a dead body.
It's a dead body, and this like they immediately threw that out the window.
Yeah.
They threw all subtly out the window.
These movies are now made for 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
they've been at this point in time. It used to be you were trying to get like your late teens, early 20s, date people, and now they're just like, oh, never mind. We can just like kids are seeing R-rated movies now. Nobody's preventing it.
Right.
Like, or we'll make it. Is it PG-13 or R?
Who can
I'm
say?
not sure. It's hard to tell.
I know what you're saying. Where it's these movies are made for people who have never seen a horror movie before.
They
It
just
seems
make-
like,
Yeah.
But they're
like
made
the
for
success of like The Nun and like the new Halloween and like movies that aren't. I don't think are very good. It
was-
feels like it's just people who just haven't seen horror movies
or just like to see bad movies.
Yeah.
They want to see
There's-
something on a
there's-
Saturday, and it's like, I guess this will do.
There's a lot of people that
Like, oh boy, a
to
spook show.
see. Like, think about how many people love Venom.
Right.
right.
You're like, huh?
I enjoyed
But
that.
Yeah.
well, here's the thing: is
I didn't mind
there's
it.
nothing wrong with liking a bad movie. What bothers me, like The Nun, is a good example of this. Is that it was boring. Like it wasn't like if you're watching a movie for fun and it's bad. Like I get that. Like I enjoyed The Predator because it's a bad fun movie.
Predator was
But like I don't understand like the Halloween people like that. It's
Went for
not
it.
bad in a fun way. Like The Nun wasn't bad in a fun way. It
No.
was just boring, and I just wanted it to be over.
I guess it's the difference between something like Happy Death Day and then Truth or Dare, where Happy
Right.
Death Day is a very clever, enjoyable
Happy Death
sort
Day
of
is
like
great.
thriller. Which the fact that there's a part 2 coming
I'm
out
so bummed.
is, I'm actually.
Part of it actually kind of looks
That's a
interesting.
trailer we
interesting.
should have had on here.
Yeah, we should have
Yeah.
had that trailer. Part of the
Let's talk about it, guys.
Well, the beginning of the trailer, I was like, and then like halfway through the trailer, it kind of turns, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting.
yeah.
Like, I liked the first one so much that I was like, no, don't do a sequel. It's like my immediate reaction.
You know what
but-
bothers me? There's a song called Happy Death Day by Guar, and they aren't using that song. And Guar is an easy get. You can get that song.
They also, there's
Yeah.
also one by Death Clock with Brendan Small.
Oh, right.
So, get that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's besides the point.
But what I was saying is that like there are going to be movies that appeal because they have scares in them, and that's it.
right.
And when you look at a bunch of dudes in their 30s, and we're like, they're not going too deep in there, and they're like, yeah,
Right.
we don't care.
yeah.
We are 15-year-olds. We like to be scared, and this is our afternoon.
See, I get all that. It's just so lazy because I think of a movie like Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2, which is basically that. There's nothing deep to those movies, but
At
they're
all.
batshit crazy, and that's what makes them entertaining. And so there's this weird thing where like horror movies will just be like, yeah, we're just gonna have scares, but like that's it. The characters are boring. Like there's
and
nothing
then-
fun about them.
and a boring sign-off.
It's like,
yeah.
yeah, I get the idea of a dumb horror movie, but like these kids who are going to see these movies aren't getting the truly dumb horror movies
But
that you
also,
could get.
Don't forget,
They
though,
aren't
that
getting
you're-
Friday the 13th.
You're
You know?
carrying Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 from when you saw them.
Right.
And you'll always, it's like when I'm like, oh, I fucking love He-Man. And then I watch old He-Man. I'm like, this is dog shit. What am I doing?
No, but I watched Evil Dead
Oh,
2
so
actually
wrong.
quite recently, and that movie is fucking incredible.
I'm not a fan. I like Army of Darkness more than
Army of
the
Darkness
Dead
greats
movies.
too, but like I guess my point is if you're gonna make a horror movie that's just for like teenagers and it's just like we're gonna just do scare after scare after scare, at least make it fucking
You
like
can- no,
make the
you can be
characters fucking
distinct,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, do something unique.
But why
Make
waste
fucking
that
Dead
energy?
Alive.
You can be
That's
clever and creative and funny about making a horror movie like that. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to like that. I don't.
and
wanna
I guess
get-
that's what Happy Death Day
Why,
we're
but why,
talking about.
why waste the energy on Possession
don't
of Hannah
have-
Grace when you know exactly who's coming to see this movie?
Yeah, exactly. I
Well,
mean, they
that's
just
the yeah,
It's
and
hard
that's the problem.
devotees,
Yeah.
and it's going to be children.
Right.
yeah, they just made $200 million.
Yeah, you don't
on-
need to pay for another draft. It's like this is fine.
Yeah, yeah. You don't need more people to get a piece of this.
You know,
Like,
Yeah.
like it's like cafeteria food. You don't have to slave over it. They're gonna eat it. It's their only option.
Those rectangular pizzas, it's fine with the little cubed
God,
pepperoni.
yeah, this-
okay, I am a fan of those, and I am standing up right now.
Yeah, I don't
and
want to
saying,
take. Yeah, I don't want to because we kind of talked about this last week because we had the Curse of La Llorona.
Oh, yeah, which
Llorona.
was
It's
another
the same
fucking
thing
cookie
where it's
cutter.
just they're
It's $15 million horror movies that are going to make
that's just jump scares.
80
So
to
it's-
$100 million.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
They're-
all it is.
Yeah, these things. We are in an era where horror movies are profiting so much on a big scale because they're just really cheap.
Right.
Right.
And horror movies don't spend money on actors. They don't need
Right.
to.
No,
Get capable actors that are young. Throw some CW kids in there or whatever. Fucking go cut off Archie's head in a morgue or whatever. Do whatever you need to do.
We should make a horror film. Let's make a Paranormal Activity. Let's just set up a camera in a room, and fucking every now and then someone just jumps out from an area.
I'll throw a water bottle.
Yeah,
at the camera
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
and then we'll have the music like go,
We'll
and then we'll sell it, and it'll make fucking 100 million.
Let's stop motion walk like a Tool video.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what you do is you film it in reverse and then you play it. You film somebody walking backwards and you play it in reverse. That's how they do that.
Think about that.
Yeah, I was thinking of House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah, with Jeffrey Combs.
yeah,
And then you look at the camera and you shake your head. Really
Yeah, you do
fast.
that.
yeah.
No, let's write our Friday the 13th script and
I
send it
know.
to Bron
Yes,
because he apparently is producing a.
we
Friday
got
the
that
13th
later on the doc. Yeah,
Oh yeah. What's the aftermath now?
it's Nazis and there's some fucking.
There's some
Some
Nazi
hardcore
boning.
Nazi fucking. All right, so it takes place. It's a period drama with Keira Knightley and Jason Clarke and Alexander Skarsgård.
And they fuck.
Fucking Skarsgård's friend of the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, is he a Nazi?
No,
I think that he
He was a
Jason
German.
Clarke goes off to war, and then Skarsgård shows up, and then they fuck.
Right, but I mean his like
coming back to
fucks
Skarsgård.
like his like wife got killed in like either the London bombings or the Dresden
it would be the
bombings.
Dresden.
Yeah.
It would be. So here's how this works. Basically, is that most people think like Nazis and Germans are not the same thing
Right.
during World War II, and people
I am
always,
very aware.
No, I know not you, but I'm saying in general, people automatically are just like, oh, you were a German in the
Right.
30s and 40s, you were a Nazi, and that would be like, I guess us being called alt-right, like
Right.
sometimes during the war, like so many people used to just automatically surrender
Right.
when they'd be faced with Allied forces because they're like, we don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
So he's just a
He's just a dude. He was
Yeah,
like a
I think he's
wealthy-
just a
Although
guy.
they give the impression he maybe was a little like sympathetic in certain ways that
Well, he was very wealthy, right?
Did you guys
so maybe he
see-
didn't do all you would think he
Well,
could do, but
that happened a lot where
Right.
like Nazis would come in and be like, look, you can either join the party or we're going to take all of your shit. And
Right.
I'd be like, well, I guess I'm a Nazi now. Give me that pin.
I think that's
Did you guys
trailer
see,
at least was trying to tease that as a
It should be Schindler's
A
Lust.
twist.
in this movie.
Well, did you guys see The Reader? I think that's what it's called, the one with Kate Winslet.
I did not.
No.
And as the Nazi, that was fucking hardcore. That's some Nazi fucking.
That's
it's about a guy who has like an
hardcore fucking.
He has an affair with this lady who then is Kate Winslet, and she likes to read to him. Like that's their weird sex thing, and she like reads to him, and then they fuck. And
Does she keep
but
reading?
the reveal, this isn't like the spoiler reveal, but the reveal is that she was an ex-Nazi. She worked in concentration camp, and the what she was known for was fucking reading to the people there before they were killed.
Ugh.
And so this guy's just like having a real mind fuck now that he's nailing this Nazi. It's a fucking movie. It's a real fucking movie.
It sounds like
They
a
got nominated
fucking
for Oscars. I think.
Yeah,
she
it's
won
actually, it's
for
really
it. Didn't
good.
she win
Yeah.
for it. So with the aftermath too, it's like Keira Knightley's all like, I don't trust this guy, right?
Mm.
And then he's like, oh, you guys killed my wife.
Yeah.
And they
we're good.
fuck.
We
Yeah.
gonna fuck.
Yeah, and then sparks fly, and it looks like Jason Clarke chases him through the forest.
Mhm.
It's probably going to be a good
I
movie.
love this bullshit. Yeah, it's
it'll be like the kind of the historical melodrama.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, it'll
Yeah.
be predictable, and it'll be
6 out of 10.
What if we
Yeah.
did Titanic in
Yeah.
Nazi Germany, but without Kate Winslet?
Yeah.
Because she already did one of these.
yeah. Let's watch and find out.
Man, I would not want to be chased by him, though. He's a terrifying dude.
Jason
Jason
Clarke.
Clarke.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he's beating the shit out of people in Zero Dark 30.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's so good
Yeah.
at Lawless.
Yes, that's right. He's the older brother in
Lawless is so good.
It's kind of a good movie.
It's
Have I seen Lawless?
It's one with Tom Hardy and
Shia
Jason
LaBeouf.
Statham.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf being
Yeah, I saw that
amazing
shit.
in
That
it.
shit was good.
Mhm.
Jason Clarke is like, man, he makes some really good movies and then some really garbage ones.
I thought he would have made a good Sabretooth.
Sure.
When like I was looking at him, I'm like, that guy's like if Sabretooth was an actual person.
yeah, I enjoyed Leaf Schreiber.
Leah Schreiber. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks
That
like if
piece of cat
Sabretooth
movie.
was a cool, sleazy lawyer.
right. Yeah. We did talk about that in the Pet Cemetery episode, where it's like Jason Clarke's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
He's like a Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
In that his appearance, his presence in a film is not at all a barometer of how good the film is.
Right.
You have no idea.
I was thinking about the same thing about fucking Ben Foster because I was watching Apostle.
He's always
Like
good.
he's always good, but he's also in Beauty and the Beast. He like you look at his career.
You're thinking about Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens.
Ben
Oh,
Foster
sorry,
and Dan
not Ben
Stevens,
Foster.
two
They look
different guys.
Yeah.
very similar. Dan Stevens, who's in Apostle.
but Beauty and the
He-
Beast is
He has a
wasn't-
fucking crazy career.
that wasn't expected to be a not great movie. I mean,
Right.
it's a Disney live action. You know, you're
And I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you know,
that's a
$2
roll
billion.
of the dice.
yeah, it made $2 billion.
Oh, that's a good point.
Can't argue with that decision.
So yeah, I mean, he's fucking great in The Guest.
Yeah, no, he's
Awesome
he's
movie.
good in everything. But if you look at the movies and his taste is
Yeah, they're kind of
insane.
all over the place. He's in that Walk Among the Tombstones with Liam Neeson, which
Mhm.
isn't a bad movie.
Right. He's good in Legion.
I haven't seen Legion yet, but
He's
I want to
good
watch
in
Legion.
Yeah.
I think Ben Foster is excellent in everything he's in.
Which
Yeah.
one's Ben
Even the
Foster?
movie's
He's a
bad.
white guy.
He plays
He's a
X-Men.
white guy,
Last
blonde
Stand.
white guy.
He was
Charlie
Angel.
Prince in
Angel,
310
yeah,
to
the
Yuma.
first Angel.
He was Spacker Dave in The Punisher, 2004.
Oh man.
Pandorum.
Did you say 3:10 to Yuma?
I did. Yeah.
He's
Charlie
doing that.
Prince.
So he's around, yeah. He's like he looks like
he's the
if you
drifter.
hit Gosling with a 2x4.
Yeah. He's the drifter in the beginning of 30 Days a Night. He's the only good part of that movie.
All right, fucking white guys.
Anyway.
I want to get to A Dog's Way Home, the one I'm most excited about.
Yes.
Take the dog's way home.
All right, there's so much about this because first of all, they say it's written by the guy who wrote A Dog's Purpose,
They
which
say
means
the beloved author of A
yeah.
Dog's Purpose.
So this fucking crazy person is just writing dog books.
And
Who is this guy?
This crazy person is making a fucking mint.
Right.
Rewriting
that makes-
Homeward Bound.
yeah,
The
that makes
Incredible
it-
Journey.
This is Homeward Bound.
This is,
Right.
I'm
and
even
also
more.
Bingo, if you guys saw Bingo.
Yeah.
All right,
I
so
remember
who's
Bingo.
reading the dog books?
Now, here's my question. Is this a Christ movie in disguise?
I hope.
Because a lot of times when you want to appeal to the Christian crowd, you have a vaguely Christian. You're like,
Right.
there's a beam of light
Yeah.
showing
Right.
you where through. What could that be?
I
dog?
think
Yeah.
I think this guy just ripped stuff off because A Dog's what was the one? A Dog's Purpose?
Mhm.
That's just the movie Fluke. Remember the movie Fluke about a guy who dies and he
Yes.
gets
Right.
reincarnated into his
Reincarnated, yeah.
dog? Like that's that. The Dog's Purpose is just about a dog reincarnating a bunch. This is just Homeward Bound. This
Right.
new one. I think this motherfucker is. I bet he's like the most cynical fucking person ever. Like I'm really hoping he's just like, yeah, I'm just shitting out dog
He knows
books.
what he's doing.
You think he's not?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not taking himself serious. Like, don't you know who I am?
Yeah,
I'm the dog's way home guy.
yeah.
Also, A Dog's Purpose infamously, almost drowned.
Right.
How
Drowned
much
But
a dog.
that wasn't that not true? It was like
It was-
somebody shared a false story that torpedoed the entire.
There was a video of
There's a
them
video.
hucking the dog in the water, and the dog hated it. And their defense was that the dog liked it up until that point or something, where it was like, oh, the dog was just being difficult that
Right.
one time. And they might be right, but it was such bad optics. Like,
Yeah.
because they were pushing him away from the edge.
Yeah.
So they could get more swimming footage.
right? Yeah, and like,
So it was like you're fucking drowning this
yeah,
dog.
even if the dog was safe, the dog was not happy.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I think that opened up a bigger conversation about how that group that tells you that no animals were harmed. What are they called?
Humane Society.
Human, yeah, they can be paid off really easily apparently, and they're
Oh, that was The Hobbit.
they killed so many
So
animals.
many horses
Oh, right.
died.
They Life of Pi, they almost drowned a tiger, which is like you don't want to drown a tiger making your movie, which is why
Forever.
one of the biggest
Unless your movie's about drowning tigers,
Yeah.
and you get that realism kick.
one of the biggest bummers in this trailer is something I fully support, which is the obviously CGI mountain lion.
Oh, right.
But it's like, I've said this a few times, like, don't make animals get involved in our shitty fantasy stories. Like, they don't know what we're doing. And if we were to explain it to them, they'd be like, that's what you're doing? No, I don't want to be a part of this.
This is why
like,
you killed my brother.
yeah, exactly.
There is a mountain lion in Homeward Bound too.
Yeah.
Like
It's a
just
real
beat
one.
for beat. Yeah.
All right, but this has a few crazy differences.
It's a real mountain lion they threw at these animals.
Yeah.
They go through didn't Milo and Otis go through a bunch of
16
Milos
Yeah.
and Otises
Yeah,
or
because
something?
that was filmed in Japan, where they don't give a shit
No.
Yeah.
about how many
That's a
animals you
snuff
kill.
film. That movie is a snuff film. No, I like that the dog in this one befriends the mountain lion, which is
Yeah.
fucking crazy, and saves a man from an avalanche, which is also insane.
The story
It's a
didn't
good
have
dog.
enough going
Yeah.
on.
Not enough stakes.
I did think it was weird, and this could have just been editing, but they clearly give away the reunion at the end of
Yeah, I thought
They
so.
tell you
Yeah,
the
they-
whole story.
the
Spoilers.
shot, the shot you would want to see at the end. And here it is.
Imagine if they didn't reunite them
Yeah.
in this movie. Imagine if they
What-
just that was a real curveball. It's like the tire and the twister.
Yeah, what
preview.
if the last that shot right before it cuts in the trailer or right after it's a fucking car just hitting the
Oh,
dog
Or the guy.
or the guy.
Yeah, it jumps the curb and just nails him.
Yeah.
But the
I've
dog's
been-
there for his end, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
See, oh my god, that would be so fucking great.
Yeah.
I want someone to make a talking animal movie that's realistic where all the animals are talking about is fucking and killing things.
Food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And eating
Feed me.
things. Yeah. That would be great. I would watch the shit out of
Give
that.
me that. It would just be like a Beggin' Strips commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bacon, bacon, bacon.
Just truly psychotic stream of thought.
Yeah.
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 Dr. Doolittle would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Fucking and eating. Fucking and eating. What's this guy's leg? I'm gonna fuck this leg. Yo, what's going on? I can hear you.
Dr. Doolittle would be like being trapped in like a prison ship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and
just
like
listening to
yeah,
people
you're in Arkham.
yeah,
Dr.
exactly.
Doolittle would be like being stuck in Arkham.
Oh no. All right. So, yeah. Fucking Dog's Way Home.
I'm so excited.
Take the dog's way. If they don't ask Supertramp to cover Take the Long Way Home for this,
Missed
I'll be
opportunity if they
very
don't.
upset.
The music in this trailer too. It's such fucking music that would be in this trailer.
Everything
Right.
about it is like from the
So
apologies
excited.
to the actress, but that voice is so irritating, and
Right.
it's coupled with this cheesy ass like Jack Johnson.
I'm sure that
Yeah.
actress they were just like, do it worse. Do it worse.
Um,
Make us hate you.
you know what's funny is that this seems like a Hallmark movie that graduated.
Yeah.
Bigger budget
They're-
production value.
But like, is it? You saw the Mountain Lion?
Yeah, that's true.
That is
They
a
attempted-
2006
they
Mountain
attempted
Lion
Mountain
right
Lion.
there.
Yeah, it's Ben Mountain
It's-
Lion.
There was an attempt.
It was a sketch of a mountain lion.
Yeah. This looked like an Aha video Mountain Lion. Scratchy and black and white. Yeah, that's the real Mountain Lion right there.
That's how
Yeah.
they look. You guys haven't seen one in a while.
Yeah, you've only seen him in captivity.
Discovery Channel is not the truth.
What's the next one?
The kid who would be king.
I missed these two.
Oh,
Okay.
When I didn't get these two because when I was watching it, I didn't like the way it was set up. I didn't see it, so
I'm sorry.
I'm excited to hear about these.
Well, I didn't have faith in this. Like the trailer, it looks fine, but it was just like, oh, it's a bunch of fucking. It's like they're Harry Pottering or whatever. It's a bunch of child soldiers, and there's going to be magic.
Is this based on a book?
Um,
I'm assuming it is.
No, well, that's the thing. It's written by and directed by the guy who did Attack the Block, which completely changed my fucking
right,
tune on
yeah.
this movie.
I love Attack the Block.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, I trust this guy,
Yeah,
this
it
person.
looks
Like,
fun enough
Yeah.
for what it is.
Well, yeah, and knowing that it's that guy, because like Attack the Block is like a kids movie for adults,
right?
So this is a kids movie for kids. So I'm like, well, let's see what.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks fine.
Yeah.
I guess he wrote like Ant-Man and shit. He's been writing stuff. This guy,
Oh, yeah,
'Cause he hasn't-
works with editor, right?
yeah, he hasn't been directing since Attack the Block. So yeah, I'm
Such a good movie.
very
Really fun.
fucking intrigued by
Spawned
this.
some good careers out
Yeah.
of that movie too.
Yeah, John Boyega.
And Doctor Who.
Yeah. So
Jodie
the-
Whittaker's
Oh yeah, that is
and,
her. Yeah.
Franz Drama, who was Firestorm, and
Yeah.
Neat.
yeah,
Neat.
who was also in Live Die Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow. He was one of the soldiers in that
Mhm.
in the squadron.
Mm,
God, I love that movie.
that
I need
yeah.
to watch that again.
We need more sci-fi like that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
movie. I remember it sort of falls apart at the end.
The ending is a mess because it doesn't make sense.
Right.
Right.
But-
I liked both that and Oblivion, which both came out around the same time.
I really like Tom Cruise sci-fi. I get with, but I always like how every Tom Cruise sci-fi movie has to have a scene where he's in like a clearing.
Mhm.
There's always like a meadow,
Staring in the middle
and
distance.
it's like slows it down. So he's like, I need to be in this meadow.
Right.
For
You're
quite some
right because
time.
they have that in Minority Report as well.
It's,
Yeah.
Every
he's
Tom Cruise
always in a
sci-fi.
meadow. It's always going to be Tom Cruise just like kind of staring off, like wheat.
yeah.
It's like they
Mhm.
grew wheat out
Mhm.
here. All right.
He's just looking at the edge of the horizon and trying to time how long it would take him to run there.
Yeah.
I could get there pretty quick.
There was a real bummer in Oblivion where he has to fight himself, and I was so bummed that they didn't like have a foot race or something.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, is that like I haven't seen Oblivion, so is the idea is he's a clone?
yeah.
That makes sense.
Spoils for
Well,
Oblivion.
I could have guessed that.
It's a cool idea because it's not just that he's a clone. It's the idea is he's at this station on Earth, and I forget. There's like these things sucking up the water. Oh, he's supposed to be
It's
there.
like there's
The
rebels,
idea is,
basically.
yeah, the idea is that he's there as the last people on Earth, and he's gonna fuck off to wherever the new colonization. And the realization is there isn't. It's just aliens tell him to do it, and he's one of like hundreds of him all over the world. It's
They
a cool.
cloned, like two
Yeah.
people, and they're
Yeah.
populating the Earth as the servants for aliens.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
And like,
Yeah.
there's monsters, and the monsters are actually fucking Morgan Freeman.
The human resistance, yeah.
oh, word.
And Jamie Lannister.
Yeah,
That's right, Jamie.
So
Lannister.
yeah,
beautiful
spoilers,
movie.
but like that's
Like
yeah,
to
it's
look
It's
the,
at.
great. No, it's really good. And
It's-
the reveal at the end was actually quite
yeah,
cool.
it's the director of Tron Legacy, which you haven't seen either, Tom.
I
Let's
love
talk
that
more about the
back
kid who would be
one.
king.
Yeah, I love Tron Legacy.
Okay,
Well, my
so
we're
favorite
gonna
thing about
watch
the
it.
kid who would be king is Tron Legacy. So
So
let's
let's go. No, it's about this kid who would be king.
Yeah.
I know he finds King Arthur's sword. He finds a sword in stone.
In like rubble, in like a construction
yeah,
site.
like a demolished
Yeah, like rebar.
apartment building. Yeah. So he is able to extract it, and then fucking fun, jokey Merlin comes to see him, and it's like, okay, now that you found the sword, like Morgana's coming back. So it's all this
Right.
Arthurian legend shit.
Oh, that's right. Now, what's the budget look? Because I haven't seen this previously.
Uh,
Is this
doesn't
like
look
who's
too-
who's
It
Merlin?
looks-
Is
it
it like
looks-
an actual guy we know?
It's
No.
a teenager.
It's all like a
Yeah.
bunch of fucking British kids I've
Okay.
never seen.
All
Although,
right.
did I see in one shot in the trailer that
Patrick Stewart.
yeah,
right?
Patrick Stewart is Merlin. I guess what he's
As an
naturally
old
looks
man.
like.
Yeah.
But his disguise is like a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah, there's like a flash of Patrick Stewart, which was weird because if you got Patrick Stewart, you're gonna want to flaunt him.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta. How many days can you have Patrick Stewart?
Yeah,
It looks like mid-budget.
Yeah. It doesn't.
yeah.
look
It
too
looks
bad.
like first Harry
All right.
Potter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like charming.
Be
I mean,
fun.
like
Yeah.
he's got to he's got to assemble his own Knights
Child
of the
army.
Round Table. So he does assemble a child army, and they are
No.
like straight up gonna go fight
Right.
woman.
an undead sorceress and all of her fucking skeleton army. So like some of these kids are getting killed.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch the cartoon, The King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table?
Nope.
Cartoon
No.
from the 90s where it
Mm.
was like a football team gets sucked into the Arthurian legend.
This sounds
No.
awesome.
It's fucking, and they have like all their logos are like their magic powers and stuff. It's pretty rad.
This sounds awesome.
I mean, make that into a movie.
It's rad. It's
I want
like
to watch that goddamn thing.
honestly, that was a really cool cartoon for what it was and how
Is it
unwatched I think it
better
was.
or worse than a kid in King Arthur's court?
Well, better,
Okay, that's my bar.
minus the American Pie guy.
And Kate Winslet's in that movie too.
Hell yeah.
Huh.
Fun fact.
Tidbit.
Oh, and what's his Daniel Craig's in that, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah, he's like a little
He's
person.
like a squire. or
Yeah.
Yeah, I think where he
He's-
trains.
he plays a little
trains them
person.
Yeah, he's like
or something.
young. He's like less Daniel Craig than he is now.
He's minimalist, Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Less experience points on that one.
Yeah.
Diet
Level
Daniel
1
Craig.
Daniel Craig.
yeah. He's got to kill some rats and boars.
Clothes, wooden sword.
So yeah, that film.
That film.
It is a
That
film.
sounds interesting. The way you're describing it, it sounds. I'll check.
When
that
it
out.
started, I thought because it starts in I thought it was going to be like a kids like coming of age, like maybe this kid finds out he's related to royalty.
That's what I thought too.
And then I
Yeah.
was like, oh, there's swords and monsters and Excalibur. Okay.
I was like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a curveball.
I like that though.
Yeah.
That's the curveball you want.
Yeah.
So what's Welcome Home about?
I don't know, man.
Okay, Welcome Home is about Aaron Paul and Emily. I can't pronounce her last name from the Blurred Lines video.
Right.
They are
Yep.
moving into this like nice house. in
I think
the
they're on a
countryside.
vacation.
Or yeah, like they're on a vacation.
And she cheated. Oh, my phone just went off.
You
She
son of
cheated
a
on
bitch.
Aaron Paul, and he's mighty sore about it.
Did she? Or I thought he was envisioning it.
I assumed that he was like,
I don't know.
can't stop
It looks like a
seeing-
90s thriller. It's like they're on vacation in
Yeah.
the European countryside, and they meet this friendly Italian guy who's the bad guy from
This
John
real-
Wick 2.
This real foreigner.
Hey, look at me! I'm a
Yeah.
bad guy.
Yeah.
Real prick.
It really starts to feel like a 90s thriller because it's got like elements of like Sliver and like Pacific Heights where it's
Yeah.
like he's fucking with them.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, there's like cameras in the house.
Yeah.
And like I think
he's like
it feels
turning them
he's, like-
against each other.
Yeah. And I think they attack him. The trailer, it was another one where it felt like I knew the entire movie
What's
watching it.
Aaron Paul doing, man?
I don't know. I
Like,
mean, this film.
He had such an opportunity, and then the Need for Speed is what he opened with.
Yeah.
Out.
He led strong with
Straight
Need
out
for
the gate.
Speed.
It's very unfortunate.
He was arguably one of the best parts of one of the best shows that has
Yeah.
ever existed.
He's a very good actor.
And the translation to him being a viable movie star just is tanking.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
he's pulling a Duchovny. He's got the one thing he did, and he did it really well. And I think he's just going to disappear.
I'm gonna fight you, bitch. No, that's not.
That's not what we're looking for.
No.
I mean, this looks like pretty 90s thriller.
Yeah.
Very 90s thriller.
I'll
It gave
watch
me a lot of secondhand anxiety just from the trailer, just about the deception. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if I could stomach this for 2 hours. I'm gonna have to spread this out over like a week.
It feels like a Roman Polanski film almost too,
Mhm.
because he likes to do that. Just people isolated in one
Mhm.
place.
Wasn't there one of these movies that took place on Hawaii, where like I think Steve Zahn was in it or something like that?
Oh, Perfect Getaway.
Perfect.
Yeah, where it was like basically that, where like a stranger shows up and is like, "I'm your friend," but guess what?
Wink, wink.
Well, that one actually has a better twist, but we won't go
Yeah.
into it.
Okay.
Did you guys see Mother?
No.
No.
Oh
I'm
man,
not,
everybody
not
should
invested
see
in
Mother.
seeing that movie.
I really enjoyed it because it's not. It wasn't as like I expected it to be like hard to watch, and it wasn't. But it's a great nightmare scenario because the essential. Because you see in the trailer, Ed Harris shows up and like
that is a nightmare.
Yeah,
That's my
and like
nightmare.
Michelle Pfeiffer, and they're like fans of her husband. But like what essentially the plot is just more people keep showing up, and it's like this. It's the nightmare is just get the fuck out of my house. Like that's the movie, and it's so relatable to any adult who's just like, I just want these people to get the fuck out. I want to be
I like that.
left alone.
Yeah, get out of my house.
Yeah.
Working title.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this movie doesn't look bad to me. It just looks like very 90s.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
A
You know
90s
what?
thriller.
Yeah.
It looks forgettable.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, looks. I didn't see it, but like the way you're describing
Yeah.
it, when we rephrase it, it's like
It'll come and go.
it's like an urban legend. You saw it and you were like, "Oh, it was fun," and then it was like,
oh
"What
yeah,
was that?"
Urban Legend.
Exactly. See,
Yeah.
that's exactly what.
Like
Like
the thing
Didn't
with
they
the
put a-
cameras, the reveal, that seemed like a weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a different movie, and then like also there's cameras. I was like, oh okay.
it's always
This
cameras.
is going in
now.
a wild
Yeah.
direction I did not anticipate.
Like they didn't tip that from the beginning.
Wasn't there one with? Speaking of like '90s thrillers, wasn't there something with like Luke Wilson and what's her name, Kate Beckinsale, where it was like snuff films were being made?
Vacancy.
Like that's another one of those things.
That
where
was
you're
an
like,
incredibly forgettable film.
yeah, it's like just like, oh, there's cameras in the thing. What?
Yeah.
I remember leaving that film being like, that was an effective thriller, and then never thinking about that movie again.
I mean, that's
I mean,
how many actually stay glued in your brain. To be honest,
I
Like,
mean, me-
thrillers, like
More than probably most people, I feel like, but I know what you're saying.
I forget a lot of shit, and then I remember shit wrong.
Right.
I'm like, you know what? Alien 3 wasn't bad.
I love Alien 3.
and then you watch it again, you're like, ooh.
I'm like, oh,
I
no.
love Alien 3.
You heard my Alien Resurrection theory?
What?
If it came out now, it would be considered in the top one of the top 3
I
movies.
love
of the-
Alien Resurrection.
It's just that its CGI is so poor.
Yeah.
I just
Like it's a victim of its own special effects.
I've said this a few times. I really like that the Alien franchise would do a new director every time, and they'd let that director be that director
Right.
to the point. Because Alien Resurrection, it's fucking the director of Amelie and City of Lost
Yeah.
Children,
and, it's
and he
written by
puts
Joss Whedon.
and he puts his actors in it.
Yeah.
Gets to like
Oh, the
and it-
band of mercenaries
Yeah.
in that movie. It's just like I'm having a good time with
Right.
this.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I think David Fincher would disagree with you on
I know, but
being
it's-
able to do what he wants.
I know because that was
Alien
that. I mean,
3.
that was a whole fucking clusterfuck.
Yeah.
I think had they known that they had David Fincher, like what
Right.
that meant,
Yeah.
they would be like, because the
I want to see
David
him make an
Fincher.
Alien movie now.
Because the thing is that I love
He's
David
fighting shirtless.
Fincher as a director, but he's sort of a Terry Gilliam, where it's like, I get it. I get why producers are
The
like,
alien
fuck this
smoking.
guy.
Wearing red jeans. With sit-ups.
Trent Reznor would do the score. That would be
Ooh,
awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
Shit.
Are you kidding me? An Alien score by Trent Reznor?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'd watch that. So that that's all the trailers.
All right, let's go to news stories.
Stories, boys and ghouls.
So, guys, they're rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Is that what they're doing, or are they
They're talking
continuing
about it. No,
in
I
a
mean,
new direction?
I don't know. I don't care. They shouldn't.
Is it with or without Johnny Depp?
I'm gonna say without. They say on the article they're just like, who can say? It's so early at this point where they're like, maybe Johnny Depp will be involved, and it's like, I don't think so.
not a
I think they're
reboot if
just
he's
floating
still in.
that idea.
Yeah.
out there.
Well, that's what they fucking did. Did you see the last one? That was a soft reboot. It was we're having a new protagonist. I think they did it with the one before it too, where because they lost
They keep
what's his
trying
name?
to, like transition to a different lead.
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom.
They lost Legolas there, and
He's like,
Keira
I've got to
Knightley.
go do better things.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
I have
you
to go
don't.
to Elizabethtown.
Yeah. I have to go eat shit in bad movies.
Right.
While remembering that I was a sex symbol when I dressed essentially like an asexual elf.
Phil, excuse me.
But yeah, they keep
Well, I know that the
Introducing
last
new young
one,
people.
there's a post-credit scene that teases, I don't remember which character, somebody who's already established, like Jeffrey Rush or something, comes back at the end.
Well, Jeffrey Rush, spoilers, fucking dies.
Okay, well, somebody comes back at the post-credit
Is
scene.
it Bill Nighy?
May have been teeing up another one, but then after the box office was like not what they thought, then they started marketing it as like the finale of the Pirates
Yeah.
series,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, so the post-credits doesn't. What's it setting up if this is the end?
Very Masters of the Universe where Frank
It's-
Langella comes
Yeah.
back at the end.
It's an extremely bad movie.
So I
if you
think they're
guys have
probably
seen
just
it.
doing this because they're like, we got to do something with it.
Yeah.
Because the theme park obviously is not going anywhere. So
It's also, what's the company who does these? Is this Warner Brothers?
This is Disney.
Bruckheimer is.
Oh, this is Disney.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's
Right.
Jerry Bruckheimer and Disney.
Okay, because I could have sworn. Oh no, I'm thinking of Paramount. There's a few companies, and I think Warner Brothers that. Yeah, Warner Brothers is Harry Potter. That's what I'm
Right.
thinking of. Because Warner Brothers is desperately. They were on top of the world when they had those Potters, and now things are not going great for them.
Right.
And they're trying to
Yeah.
squeeze out some more Harry
more Potter
Potter
bucks.
Yeah,
that
but
first one, man, that first new Potter movie, I was like, I'm bored.
talk about forgettable. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's.
I turned it
see
off after like maybe 35 minutes. I'm just like, this is a waste of my time.
It's like pretty, but in a way that isn't unique. Like there's nothing I haven't.
Yeah.
It's just CGI fucking creatures.
I think the reason to reboot a Pirates movie would be to not have Johnny Depp.
Right.
in
Do
it.
it
Yes.
completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need some new blood in there.
You
But
need
it's all-
someone.
the first
not a
Pirates movie
violent
is
abuser.
so good.
It
Yeah.
really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It holds
And
up.
I'm trying to think of maybe The Matrix, but even that, The Matrix gets a little bit more love. The sequels do nowadays. But like,
You
can you
think
think?
so?
I think more people look back at the Matrix sequels now as better than they did when they first.
I
saw
like
them.
I like
I don't
them
know.
because I think the problem was the expectations of
Yeah.
the sequels.
And
Well, they're
Pirate-
also very bad.
Right.
But a lot of people now look back and say, like, I've been reading a lot of articles that have come out in the past probably 5 years that revisit them in much more positive
Right.
ways.
I don't think they're bad. I think the sequel escalates it in a way that the fans would want.
Matrix
where they're like-
Reloaded did it in a cool way.
Yeah, where they're like, okay, now let's have a 20-minute car chase in the Matrix. I remember hearing that was going to
Yeah.
happen and being so excited. And it's pretty. They built a highway for that. It's a
Right.
pretty good and elaborate car chase.
But then Matrix Revolutions just goes so far off the deep end
Right.
for some people that they
Right.
just
But it made
It's
sense
not the-
because it was like, okay, now the war
Yeah.
comes to the real world.
yes,
like,
it's the Christ parable.
But I
Yeah.
think also, I don't know if this is exactly what you're saying, but people forget how good the first Pirates was based on how bad the subsequent
yeah,
ones
yeah.
have been.
That's what I was going to say. Is
Whereas
that
the Matrix, people still remember the first one.
the first Pirates is so good,
Yeah.
and every subsequent sequel is so exponentially worse. Where it's painful to even think about the whole because there's what 5 of them,
yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Second
Yeah.
one's all right.
and the second one's okay.
I really liked the second one, and then the third one was such a letdown.
Because
The fourth one was okay, but it was a real waste of an Ian McShane.
it's
as
real
Blackbeard.
forgettable. Yeah.
How are you going to get Ian McShane
Yeah.
as Blackbeard and then not really do anything with him?
Right.
Yeah.
by having a sloppy
Yeah.
money-making movie.
Yeah.
Instead.
The second one and even the third one a little bit was they still understood because one of the things they forgot by the end is that they're a stunt movie.
Yeah, they're
Like it's
action
Indiana
stunt
Jones.
motion.
It's and like by the newest one, they're just like it's all CGI, and it's like
Right.
this is not. They have like one practical stunt sequence, but it's very boring and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That second one where Johnny Depp's on the wheel.
In the wheel.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Yeah.
That's a great scene.
Well, it's not.
Like,
it's,
that's memorable.
And the
'cause it's
three-person,
three
yeah.
guys in
Yeah.
this. It's a sword fight that lasts for like maybe 10 minutes.
They-
and
that
then-
was-
and
that's
then-
right.
And they end up in the wheel, and it's most of it's practical, and it's
Right.
these 3 guys doing fucking sword work.
They also
Yeah.
did a great job with
So
the
cool.
idea that like everybody is in it for themselves, like the character stuff where it's just people constantly double cross each other.
Yeah.
Like that was fun, and then it just gets real old by by the point where like the newest one, you're just like, okay, there's no stakes, and all these people are sort of working together, like because they always introduce like, okay, this is the actual villain,
Yeah,
and
right.
then everybody
Yeah.
else is
Johnny's
just
like,
sort
"Oh,
of.
I've got a bad hip.
So yeah, reboot. I don't know.
Who gives a shit?
Anyway, this next
Shit.
story,
Richard Linklater is gonna write and direct a film about Bill Hicks.
I
Few layers to this. Isn't there a theory that Bill Hicks is
Is
Alex Jones? Richard Linklater has put Alex Jones in several of his films, so I don't know if this is like extends this conspiracy
This-
theory.
I rolled my eyes hard reading this.
Yeah.
This is like a headline that was manufactured in a lab to repel me.
Yeah,
I read it and I was like, that sounds perfect. Like that's what I expect him to be doing. Not that I want to see it.
This
but
is
that's perfect.
You know what? This is a wet dream for every open mic comic that still says the N-word on stage.
Right. Yep.
and thinks they're Bill Hicks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and watch Bill Hicks, everyone.
It's God damn it. He's the Kurt Cobain of comedy. Where
I think Kurt Cobain's more talented.
I think Bill Hicks was of his time decent.
Yeah,
But he also is dying at 32.
Yeah, he was lionized for the...
Yeah, you didn't
The
find
death.
out the jerking off in front of women that he'd been doing or whatever.
I mean, it's right there in his material, though.
Yeah.
Like you when you think back on Bill Hicks, you remember like the good bits, but like most of his material is like really aggressive and like anti everyone.
Dennis Leary took it.
Yeah.
I
think
haven't
Dennis Leary is a more fun comedian to watch.
I haven't listened to a full set from Bill Hicks because I kept hearing all this shit about him,
No, just
of
listen
people
to it.
praising him, and I went back and I had the instant like, yeah, but like
Fine.
it didn't like, and maybe it's because I missed the good stuff, like you're saying, where it's like watching Monty Python's Flying Circus, where you can't turn on episode 1, season 1. And start right from there. You're not going to watch it.
I dare to venture that Monty Python never did a sketch wherein Jimi Hendrix rapes a teenage pop star.
Right. No, I
Bill
actually...
Hicks sure does.
Ah, Jesus.
Check that box.
God, Bill.
I wish Richard Linklater would make good movies.
Yeah.
Some
I kind
more.
of wish he would just make kids movies like School
School
of
of
Rock.
Rock is great.
Yeah, and the Bad News Bears remake is fine.
Man, I really like Scanner Darkly and Waking Life. I like his weird, fucked up shit.
The rotoscoped movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop making the movies you like, Richard.
Stop making
Make the movies
fucking...
I want you to make.
Yeah.
I mean, let him make his Bill Hicks movie.
The-
I am not going to watch
The
it.
cult of Bill Hicks blows my fucking mind as a stand-up. Like, it really does, where I'm just like, there's so many better that were his contemporaries.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
the people of his time that were so much better. Just because this dude's dead doesn't mean he was amazing. It just
Right.
means he's now dead.
Right.
Yeah.
This was the thing with Louis C.K. where people were like, oh, but I like him so much. And it's like, there are other
There
ones.
are, you can approximate him.
Like,
plenty of
I-
other ways.
I immediately just like started watching John Mulaney and being like, oh, this guy's
Exactly.
amazing.
He's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, and he didn't masturbate in front of anybody. So as far as we know.
It's
Right.
well, because there are literally hundreds of thousands of comedians
Yeah.
probably that you have never heard of.
Yeah.
So like,
Right.
we don't need this one.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Nobody is like
Who
worth-
else will tell
Yeah.
me about their dick?
Yeah.
Lots.
Lots of them.
Most of them.
Go to
Lots. I know they don't
go to an open mic.
have the pedigree. I know they don't have
Yeah.
the maybe even the work ethic, because there's things about Louis C.K. where you're like, all right, man, the dude does work hard and
Yeah.
he's good at writing.
He wrote a
and
new
also
hour, like,
he
every year
jerked
for
off
that,
in
yeah.
front of a
Yeah.
bunch
Right.
of women.
Yeah.
So, that's a deal breaker. I'm sorry.
Bye. And I feel like we didn't. I don't know. It's wrong for me to speculate, but I feel like Bill Hicks probably did something fucking gross.
I mean, just judging by his material, sure sounds like he would.
Which is
I don't
fine.
know. I have no idea. I have no cause for me to say that. I just personally don't like. I think some of his bits are funny, but I really don't think he's that great. And
Okay.
yeah, like you were saying, the cult of Bill Hicks really fascinates me.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Wachowski siblings.
Yeah, speaking of the
Kind of a
Matrix,
bummer.
Yeah.
they have no projects, so they're shutting down their studio. Which, all right, I think the only person I know who enjoyed Sense8. Nobody's seen that
I haven't
show.
seen it.
it has
yeah.
a pretty dedicated fan base.
It did, because it was a good representation of like trans people and like just a very diverse cast. And the whole point about it is sort of that. Like the whole point is, oh, we're all connected, we're all the same. It's very like Buddhist and Zen and crap. But it also just has a bunch of orgies in it. So like the Wachowskis, it was very weird because like the only other people I know who's watches it is my parents. So like I couldn't really catch up with them on the show. But it's a very strange show, and it felt like it attracted like a very niche audience of people who also would like orgy sequences. There's like 5 orgy sequences.
Wow.
And they don't have anything really to do with the plot.
Matrix Revolution, Matrix
Yeah,
Reloaded. right?
yeah, it's that.
Yeah.
But like, I get it. They don't make good things.
They swing for it.
Yeah.
They swing hard,
it's-
but it's a lot of just visuals, I think.
Yeah. I'll
And
give
really high concepts that doesn't necessarily
Not
fly.
executed well. Yeah.
Right.
props for fucking originality.
Right. Like Jupiter Ascending is
Yeah.
something new.
Very original.
Right.
Sense8 again, also really good premise because it's just the idea that it's 8 people who can like body swap with each other, who
Right.
realize they can do this. So like, and they're all in different parts of the world. So there's these cool buildups to like they never really meet each other until like later in the seasons, and only some of them meet, and it's like actually a big deal. And then they expand the mythology, and you find out that this isn't abnormal. Like there's other people, groups of people in the world, and they're like fighting each other, and so like there's some cool shit where
I'm
it's
gonna have
like,
to check that show out.
yeah,
I've
where
heard
the
good things about it.
it's just there's a, yeah,
And I mean, I don't.
it's a really cool idea where it's like,
Yeah, I think even though they're closing their studio, like, should they get an idea, like they're the Wachowskis, they can probably
They
find
can
someone
pitch
who'll give them a
things.
couple
Oh, yeah.
bucks.
Right. They just
To
have to
make it-
scale it back a little bit. To,
Right? Yeah. But I feel like they can ride that Matrix juice for a while.
Right.
Even
Yeah, yeah.
still.
Mhm.
I have to watch The Matrix again.
yeah,
Dave and I watched all 3 of them recently, like within the last year.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's the next story?
We don't have to talk about this
Yeah, we can
because
skip around.
I feel like all the young people are not going to even know any word in this sentence. Jerry Springer is getting his own courtroom show.
Yeah, we can skip right past that.
Sure. Those are all fake, by the way.
Yeah, but that's also they're going to make a shitload of money. That Judge Judy, she's a
Yeah,
rich gal.
Syndicated courtroom shows make so much fucking money.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it because we all have that thing where we're taking a shower and we're just having an argument in our head, like that we're winning. Like we all do that,
Mm-hmm.
and courtroom shows are just that, but we
Yeah.
get to watch
And
it.
they make you feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's they're also like no matter who wins and loses, the producers pay.
Right.
Right.
They pay.
Yeah.
It's essentially a game show.
Right.
The
It's
best-
cases that got thrown out of real court.
Right.
Every-
These are all what's it? It's arbitration, right?
Yeah, like civil dispute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most every now and then I'll watch a clip. There was a good one of the people who were fighting over the dog. This person claimed that
And the
person stole their dog, and the dog sees the fucking defendant and parks up and just runs into their arm. And Judge Judy's like, "Yeah, I think we figured this one out." Like,
She had Johnny Rotten on one time.
did she?
Mhm.
oh,
that's
because he
great.
ripped somebody off for guitar lessons.
Something like
I remember that. Well, fuck him.
Yeah.
Because the next is much more interesting.
Yeah. Friday the 13th reboot in the works with LeBron James producing.
Yeah.
I think that's not as big news as the headline is saying it is. Because
I think it's just his production
yeah,
company,
it's just
studio.
he's got
Creative
some money
control.
behind this.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like LeBron's going to be dunking on Jason
I would
Voorhees or
see
something.
the shit out of that.
Now here's
I fucking wish.
Well,
that was what that movie
here's the
is.
question: is
It's
are they
Space Jam with Jason?
It would be like the Barkley Godzilla
are they going to learn from their last mistake
I
about
don't know.
weed.
about Friday the 13th?
That's why we got to write the script.
Yeah.
And fucking give
Because
it to him.
this is I'm so pissed about what's going on with Halloween, and
I've
people
only
might have a
seen
different
half of it.
opinion. The new one.
Yeah, I've
Oh, you
I
walked
still
out?
have to go back.
There's-
No, I had to go to the airport.
Okay.
I just feel like I've gone crazy. I saw an article that was Halloween succeeded where the Predator failed, and I was just like, no, fucking literally the opposite. Because the Predator saw the property and was like, oh, we've made like 5 of these. Let's just go nuts. Let's just do something funny
Right.
and weird.
Let's do a parody. Of
Yeah.
But
of the
remember,
movie.
you and the box office are two
I
totally
know.
different things. You are a person.
This
who
is what I'm saying. I
appreciates
feel
the
like I've
art
gone
and the
insane.
spirit.
And the new Halloween was just so boring and
Yeah, it's bad.
not very good. And so now I think the Friday the 13th people are going to look at that and they're going to be like, oh, let's make it scary again. But they tried doing that.
Yeah, you can't make Jason
What
scary.
He's
was the most
not
recent Jason
scary.
movie?
The 2009 remake.
Okay.
I
forget.
really liked Jason X.
I did too.
I thought Jason X was super fun.
I didn't mind the remake either, but it was like, that's not what we need from Jason.
Yeah,
That's not what Jason
it's
fans.
a fine slasher movie.
That was a CW Friday the 13th.
All right.
It was,
That was
well,
covered in people that were
like
in that.
Jared Padalecki's in it.
Yeah.
This is the same with they're doing a Chucky remake, and it's like all dark, and it's just like, it's a doll, you guys. There's
Yeah.
a reason they went into
I
they
can kick
went
that
made it
fucking thing.
comic.
Have you ever heard the joke I do about that?
Yeah,
Where I'm
yeah,
like,
you were-
there's 7 Child's Play movies. I'm like, that is 6 2/3 too many Child's Play movies.
Yeah,
That should end when the first adult sees the doll getting out of the box and be like, well, that's fucking over.
Yeah.
That's 3 pounds of plastic apart.
you were working that bit out when we went on tour.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember.
Okay, because that's...
I remember seeing you doing it for the first time, and then after you got off, you're like, I don't know if this bit's working.
It's half and half. I still
But,
got to
like-
polish it better.
I mean, I didn't mean to like call you out or something.
No.
I just remember seeing you like
Yeah,
starting
I'm like
to do
trying
this
to
bit.
figure that out, but like that's
Yeah, it's because it's the stupidest. Because he's literally a doll. Like
it's not
throw you
I
really
can
far.
outrun it.
Yeah, my stride is longer than you can hope to sprint.
He's also a dumb looking doll.
Yeah,
Right.
Like and again, if you see the like the picture from the reboot, it's like the same doll, but it's
Yeah.
all like dark looking, and it's like it's a
Who's
little
buying
fucking
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
who would
and
purchase that
they're
doll?
trying to make the doll look sinister, and it's like it never looked sinister. That was the point of the first one. Is it's supposed to look
My buddy doll.
cute,
Yeah, it's exactly. It's the My Buddy only.
but now it's just a fucking cartoon character. Pretty
now
much.
it's just like fucking Annabelle. Whatever.
Yeah.
LeBron's making a new Friday the 13th.
Yeah, we got to get involved with
Has
this.
this company made or produced anything before?
I think they're starting with Space Jam, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
can-
know.
I think.
Can somebody get in contact with LeBron? Somebody
Let's
out
just
there.
tweet at him.
He listens.
Okay, yeah.
Braun's a listener. Yeah.
Yeah, he subscribes.
listens.
He's a
He's
big
a-
Because
he's a
I'm
big
so,
fan
I'm
now.
so scared they're
Yeah.
gonna fuck this up.
I mean, they probably will unless we get in there.
Yeah, we
mean-
got to get in there.
You're scared, but like this is like the thing about when people are scared of Star Wars movies getting fucked up. I'm like, there's objectively 2 great Star Wars movies in the entire series.
I mean, this is why I'm scared because and I just realized this is dumb for another reason, is that if they make this and then it bombs, they'll be like, okay, let's not do that anymore, and we won't get our script made.
Well,
But I
they'll wait
realize
like 8
they're
years.
just going to make, yeah, exactly. They're going to be like, oh, okay, let's try
We
it
have
again.
evidence that they'll wait about 8 years since the last one.
Exactly.
They'll keep trying. Guillermo del Toro is directing Pinocchio for Netflix.
Stop motion, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
I'll
Sure.
take it.
Let him do what he wants.
I'd
to
rather
do.
they do that than a live action like Disney Pinocchio, which I'm sure they're doing at some point.
Yeah, they probably will.
I'm
or
not
that, or that Roberto Benigni one.
Oh my God.
Shit.
I'm not against this Pinocchio, but I really am not invested in it. I'm just like with Guillermo del Toro. I'm like, you know what? Fucking let him do what he's got to do.
I'm sure the trailer will be beautiful to look at.
Yeah,
That's
and
as far as I thought.
there's gonna be some demon
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
No
There's,
eyes.
there's a lot to mine from the story and the various interpretations of
Yeah.
it. That like if he's doing it with like some cool stop motion puppets, this movie could be pretty bitchin'.
Right.
I saw
Like-
already there's some production art, and it looks creepy.
Yeah,
It's a creepy wooden puppet.
Don't believe Guillermo would do that.
Yeah.
you don't think so?
That's
It's
I
so
don't think he'd do
my
anything. It's so
Guillermo.
it's yeah. It's not.
not Mikey.
It would have been great for him to have done the Hobbit movies. I
Yeah.
would have loved to see that
yeah,
instead of what we got.
yeah.
Or if he ever gets Justice League Dark in some form.
Or
Yeah.
Mountains of Madness.
yeah.
Really want to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Shape of Water.
Old Guillermo.
No more of that.
He's making that for Netflix.
yeah.
Speaking of,
Yeah, I think we talked about this.
Yeah, they're
earlier.
raising, or they're in $2 billion in debt. They say
Well,
it
they're like
like,
$6 billion. in
yeah,
it.
their press
Like-
their press release is just like, we plan to go further into debt. And
Yeah.
it's like, all right,
We all are
Netflix.
going to stop watching, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's such a weird. I mean, because they're still on an. Yeah, they're running in the
Isn't-
red.
Yeah,
in
isn't
Darkflame.
Amazon the same way? Amazon's in the red, and they're just like,
It's
what are
just
you going to do?
investor
Shut
capital.
us down? Like,
Right.
we're fucking Amazon.
It's the
You
same.
need us.
Well, right. It's the same situation where at any point their investors can call that money back, and it's you
Yeah.
know?
it's like China and us.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. We'll just print more money for
And
China.
it's- I always get like blown away by the shit that get like a lot of what Netflix does. I think the best thing that they do is children's programming.
There's a lot of it,
yeah.
They are really great at producing a lot of great content for kids,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't care
Right.
because we are grown men.
But I have seen that because I have a niece and nephew, and I've
Right.
seen what Netflix can
Yeah.
do for them.
And they're guaranteeing that parents have to have it then.
Yeah.
There's shows
kids.
we've never heard of
Yeah.
Right.
where it's like, Buddy Thunderstruck, what's this? And you're like, it's stop motion Smokey and the Bandit with dogs
Right.
as a comedy. And you're like, this is amazing. And you didn't even hear about it. And like all these different like shows for kids.
yeah, there's a
and-
lot.
And stuff that gets made. And then stand up. Those
Yeah.
are the two things that Netflix does really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
well.
Yeah, their stand-up's
Speaking
great.
of which, I think today when this releases, Adam Sandler's stand-up special.
It was out last night. I
out,
was,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've heard it's great.
Good.
It's very like old school
Well,
style.
he hasn't
of
done
what
one
he's done,
since
yeah.
'96.
Yeah, great title. The 100% fresh.
Oh yeah.
It's a good.
That's the title of it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty great.
that's a solid.
It fooled me.
So yeah. Go Netflix. I don't know. No, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Like nobody's.
Speaking of the future of entertainment, Johnny Depp is
Read this.
developing
Hold on.
content.
See if you can read this without laughing.
Johnny Depp to develop content for cryptocurrency entertainment platform.
You can't do it.
No, because as I put a note in here, I think the saddest part about this is probably going to be just normal in 5 years. Like
Cryptocurrency entertainment, yeah.
probably. I've laughed at so many things that turned out to be just like Netflix. I remember that feeling real dumb when it first happened, and then
Or like original content for Snapchat.
yeah, exactly. And it's like who fucking knows at this point?
Did I
Although
ever tell you-
Snapchat lost about 2 million viewers.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you my Netflix, like how I was introduced to Netflix? It's
No.
Back in 2001 or 2002 in the summer, I was working in Worcester, Mass, sorting mail. I was a mail sorter. It was a great job to have. And we were a hub for Netflix. This is, again, 2002, I want to say. And I was like, what are all these red and white envelopes? Like, this is weird. And the guy I worked next to goes, oh, it's like this thing where you can like order DVDs online and they get sent to you and then you just send them back. And I said out loud, I said, that's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard of. And I was just like,
I'm not a futurist.
No. Nope.
no, I'm not going to make money investing
It's
in
tough to
anything
know.
ever.
I will
Indeed,
say
none of us
that
are.
I think that business model is dumb because at the time there was like plenty of places you could just rent a DVD. And so it was like why would I?
immediately.
Yeah, it was like, why would I
Because you don't have to leave
wait?
the house. They took advantage of people being objectively lazy.
Right. And that they were so lazy that they'll just watch a movie when it gets to them. That was so weird to me as a movie nerd
Yeah.
where it's like, no, if I want to watch a movie, I select the movie and then I watch it that day.
Right.
I don't think, what do I want to watch
That's
in
a-
like a
also-
week
That was
from
pre
now?
on demand though. Like
It's
Yeah.
also the opposite of where they pivoted to, where it's like everything immediately online.
But yeah, they were very smart for doing that.
Yeah.
Very smart company.
So yeah,
Johnny Depp making
cryptocurrency hitching its star to a guy approaching 60,
And
an embattled movie star approaching 60.
This is an example of him being like kind of broke, right?
yes.
He's super broke. Did you
Yeah.
read that article?
Yes. And it upset me, and also
Yeah.
I'm like, also good.
This is
Right.
both parties in this are desperate. Like
Yeah.
this is two very desperate groups of people who are
Didn't Jose Canseco make a cryptocurrency?
probably.
He did.
Dennis Rodman did,
Cansecoin or
right?
something?
Yeah.
We should make one.
Imagine if that's what took over as the main currency.
Did Rodman's currency?
Right, yeah.
Oh,
Rodman
shit.
bucks.
It just proved itself to be the best. We couldn't
That
do
did
anything about
happen
it.
with the Doge coins or whatever, where someone made a cryptocurrency as a joke and then it blew up
Yeah,
because this is
because everyone is stupid
Yeah.
and we're all going to die soon.
Like irony is
country is
fueling
falling
a
apart.
good portion of our economy.
Mhm.
Like,
yeah.
A large portion. So yeah, that's it. We just wanted to read that headline to you guys.
Fuck every square inch of that story.
Dave,
Hi.
you got a movie that deserves more hype?
I do. It's a movie that deserves more hype.
Uh-huh.
It's called The Clove Hitch Killer. It's on IFC or I don't know. I don't know.
IFC Midnight?
Midnight.
Yeah.
I don't know. It comes out in November, like mid-November. The trailer, maybe this is the official trailer. It doesn't have many views. It's like 11,000 or something. And it's got an 80% Rotten Tomatoes. And it's a fun story about a boy who suspects that his father is a serial killer.
Yeah, it looks good.
Writer of Cop Car.
I still haven't seen Cop
I
Car.
still haven't either, but there seems to be a running theme of just like adults bad.
Well, it's the old Summer of '84 was kind of along this lines too. It's the old like,
Yeah.
I think my neighbor is a bad guy.
Right. Only it's the father, and
oh, it's my dad.
it's every like
Oh no.
Clarence.
the reviews of it is saying that like just there's so many fucking tense moments between this kid and his father, just doing like they're saying
like,
like
you're like cringing the whole time because it's so
it's the
stressful.
like it's the like they said even the most mundane conversations he has with his dad in this are just like so tense because the idea is there's a serial killer who leaves a clove hitch on the door, which is some sort of knot, and
this
his
kid's Boy
father
Scouts as fuck, right?
yeah, his father's the Boy Scout leader, and the kid like goes into the shed and finds this
Finds a
pictures.
creepy Polaroid or something.
Yeah, and then
suspicious
finds more and more. So it just looks really fucking solid.
Looks good. Yeah, it's
And
Dylan McDermott.
Yeah, Dylan McDermott is the dad. I don't really have. There's nothing like. There's not about boars or anything this time. There's
true.
nothing like
Humanoid
crazy.
boars.
There's nothing crazy about it. It just looks like a really good thriller that I don't know why it hasn't gotten much attention yet. And it's coming out fairly soon. So I think this is going to be like kind of like Summer of '84, where I think this is going to be a really solid movie. I think it's coming to streaming.
Okay.
So I think this is going to be like a real solid movie that'll suddenly show up on Netflix or in Amazon.
And I'll be all delighted when I see it there.
Yeah.
Yay.
Like Apostle. Apostle, I felt like when that came out, it wasn't like right away on my Netflix. I had to like scroll down.
It was on trending for me, luckily. But yeah, you kind of had to look for
Yeah,
it.
there's a lot of their shit that's buried, and you're like, how? Like, do you know how hard it was for me to find The Haunting of Hill House?
Yeah.
And that's like their biggest thing right
I
now.
had to search for. I had to literally go to the search icon to find
Like
it.
Daredevil didn't even show up for me at the top, and I was like, "You guys know I watched this, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
why don't you
Daredevil.
tell me at least."
I thought we were friends.
I gotta see Daredevil season 3.
Oh,
It's
yes.
fantastic.
Same.
I'm enjoying myself.
I'm currently doing the Hill House, and boy, they talk a lot in that show.
They do.
A lot of talking.
It is. It's a talking show.
It's the old talkies, is what I tell you.
It's a great show. I really liked it.
So check out Clove Hitch Killer.
Clove Hitch Killer.
At least check out the trailer and see if you're into it.
Yep.
It's going to be uncomfortable to watch.
Dylan McDermott's all mustached out.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to watch it.
Yeah,
now.
so you know he's
Like
a
you've never
sick
seen it
fuck.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a show.
I think so.
Yeah.
There it is.
Jeff, plug something.
You can check out Mint on Card, second Friday of every month at Beautiful Blast from the Past in Magnolia and Burbank. It's a great show. Come on by. I got, support live comedy, listen to Tom and Jeff watch Batman, do it all. Do all the stuff.
Everything.
Do the stuff and the things.
Do all the, what do you want to promote? You know who I am.
Yeah. Justin Brown, thank you so much for being here. What do you want to plug?
Yeah, if you're in LA this weekend, I'm at LA Comic Con all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then if you're not in LA, I sell everything online at artness.justinbrown.com. That's ARTNESS by Justin Brown.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep listening to all the story mode stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'm tangentially related to.
Buy her a t-shirt.
Buy our t-shirts,
Yes.
which we might have to resize. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, TeePublic. tpublic.com/users/gamefully unemployed. We got shirts.
We got
our-
shirts.
Go to our Patreon and support us. You can listen to Tom and Jeff watch Batman and other stuff that we're making
It's a
that's
good
going to
show.
be coming out.
It's one of the things I'm the most proud of is Tom and Jeff watch Batman.
It's fun. It's a fun show. All right, everyone. Thanks.
Bye.
Say
Bye.
goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.